In this video, I am going to talk to you about a new sew-along that I will be participating in. This sew-along is being hosted by my friend Janie at Lamb Farm Design. She is a pattern designer. She is also a fabric designer for Marcus Fabric. So she designed her new line called Strawberry Patch for the spring. With that said, she sent me this bundle of fabric to sew along using this new collection that she just designed. And the name of this collection again is called Strawberry Patch with Marcus Fabric. So this is what she sent me. I'm going to take it out here. Let me tilt down so y'all can see. This is what I received in the mail. This is one of the fabric. This will be the background. This is the pattern. This is a sew along. In this also has, it says special delivery. I'm gonna go through this first. This is a sticker. It says it's a good day to have a good day, right? Isn't that the truth? And then you have this right here. It's a recipe card with the Strawberry Patch block of the month. You have here month 1 to 6. And then you have what you are going to do. Like if you're going to quilt it, label, all that stuff, you can kind of write it down, which for some people, they like to make lists. This will be great for you. And then last but not least in this little package, it is your fabric label. This is so thoughtful. So you can cut this out or you can laminate the entire cardstock and then kind of cut it and you can use it as your own homemade label. It's A through Z and this last one right here, it's a piece of strawberry and it's beautiful. And then we have the pattern. The pattern has 2 colorways. This is a lighter Strawberry Patch background and then this is a darker Strawberry Patch fabric. The darker one will look like this. I'm going to take it out in a second so we can see the fabric. Our month 1, month 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This quilt is going to be 89 by 100 and a half once it's finished with all of the borders. Let's go over the fabric. So what I'm going to do now is just show you what each one of my fabric looks like. So we can kind of go over what my plan is going to be and what, like how I'm kind of brainstorming my fabric placement to make it work with the fabric that I have. Eventually, I'm going to have to incorporate. As we go on, I will show you what kind of fabric I'm incorporating to match my quilt. I'm just going to show you what the fabric look like and what you have to look forward to. Let's go over Strawberry Patch. Okay, this is what I have right here. This fabric right here is used for this outer border over here. This is what it looks like. This has got a blue strawberry. This is a blue with a little lighter blue dot on here. This is lighter blue. This is a little bit of a bigger piece of fabric that I can use like this. This I really love. This is kind of like a gingham like. It's coming across looking like it's blue. This would be really nice for my binding. So this is the kind of like a reddish pink and is the same as this blue one right here. This is a true red and you also have it in green colorway. And then you have this in like a limey looking. This is really pretty. This is a pink colorway right here. And you have this yellow that is the same as this right here and it's the same as this blue. And then you have the yellow right here. And you have this in like a mauve. And then you have this turquoisey right here. This is what I have. And then I have this right here. This is so pretty. You can use this as like a background. And then you have this right here. This has like a creamy, this is an awesome fabric for your summertime. I know right now you're probably still buried in snow, but summer is going to come. Thank God. I just want to show you what I'm going to be sewing. This is going to be a sew along that I'm going to be working on to July-ish. So we'll finish it up in July. Once a month will not be too much. With that said, let's go on ahead and go to the sewing machine and sew the first month block together, which will be month 1. This is what my pieces look like for our month number 1. And we will need to make 4 that look exactly like this. What I am going to do is make one of the flower petal with you. So let's go on ahead to the sewing machine and start sewing. This is what our flower petal is going to look like when we are done sewing it. I am using these labels. They are from My Fabric Addiction. It lets me keep my fabric nice and organized. The first thing we are going to be doing here, we're going to sew and flip. We're going to take our B piece right here, our little teeny tiny square. We are going to do a sew and flip. So I'm just going to cut this. Before I press, I'm going to come to the other side and I'm going to sew this. Then I will use my iron and press. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to cut. There's really not much I can save here because this is this is super tiny. I'm just going to take my iron and I'm going to press this part open, come back here, press open. The reason why I'm pressing open is because by the time we go assemble our flower, I want everything to kind of lay flat. For this right here, we need to make two. Our next step is to make the center of our flower. In doing so, these are the only pieces we're going to need to make those. This is going to be our center piece, and then we're going to have this right here. The first thing that I'm going to do is sew our teeny tiny square and our teeny tiny rectangle, and I'm going to chain piece them. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it together like this, and then I'm going to sew. I'm not going to press this for right now. I'm just going to flatten it with my finger, and then we're going to take another square of the yellow and we are going to sew it. And we're going to take another piece of the yellow, we're going to sew it. What I'm going to do is just kind of press away from my lighter fabric. And like I said, I'm not going to press it right this second. I'm going to wait until I have my other pieces sewn, then I'll go ahead and press it. So we need to have two that looks like this to make a block. So I'm going to sew the middle part, and I'm going to sew this little teeny tiny piece to it. I'm going to press going this direction. All right, so what I'm going to do now is bring them back, and they're going to look like this. This is a really good time to pin. I have my seam going opposite direction. As you can see, this is going this way, this is going this way. And I'm going to go ahead and pin. So I've pinned, and I'm just going to piece it. Like I said, this is so tiny, y'all. And then I'm going to bring this over here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put my iron over it and just kind of press. I'm not doing this, I'm just putting my iron on top and pressing. This is what it's going to look like. This is the middle piece. So moving on, our next step is to just sew a square and a square. We're going to orient our square going like this. We're going to take the diagonally cut square and we're going to place it like this. This is what the middle part is going to look like for our flower, and we're going to sew. And I'm going to bring this over here and I'm going to sew. I'm just going to press, bring this over like this, and press one more time. And it's a little flatter. So once you've trimmed down, this is what you're going to have. It's gonna sit and look like this. This step is done. Our next step is to take our other piece of the flower. We're going to make another sew and flip. I'm gonna come over to the other side. I'm going to press. So now that this step is all completed, we need to make 4, and they are all right here. I've completed 3 ahead of time to respect your time. So this same 4 pieces that we just completed, and I completed 3 ahead of time, we are going to take 2 of them. We are going to set it just like this. We are going to take our smaller rectangle piece. We are going to put 1 on top and 1 on the bottom, just like that. And we are going to sew all the way through. We need to make 2 like that, okay? I'm gonna just sew on through. This is what they are going to look like before we press it. And that is what I'm going to do now. And this is what it looks like. For our next step, we are going to make one of the flower petals, which is right here. We're going to take our flower petal. We are going to make the sew and flip. That's what I'm going to do now. This is what it's looking like right now. I'm going to take one of our bigger square that looks like this, and I'm going to sew it onto the corner. I'm going to go from the middle all the way down to the bottom right. Just go ahead and check before you cut, so you don't cut on the wrong side and have to make it again. We need to make 2 of this for 1 flower petal. Okay, let me press this. So this right here is for the left side of the flower petal. So we're going to take our longer rectangle and sew. I've made 1 here. We need to make 2 that looks like this to make 1 flower, and I have them both over here. Our next step is to make our smaller flower petal. So we're going to make the left side of the flower petals first. I'm going to do the same step that I just did for the bigger flower petal. We're going to take our little square, do a full sew and flip. So what I'm going to do now is sew onto the other side. Now that this is done, we're gonna take our smaller rectangle, we're gonna sew onto the side. So what we're going to do now is take a longer rectangle and sew it onto the top. And press. For this flower petal here, we need to make 3 that looks just like this for the left side. I have them completed right here. And then our next step is to repeat everything we just did. We're going to make the right side of the flower. It's the same concept. Your method of sewing the sew and flip on this side is just going to be a little different. What we're going to do with our bigger flower petal for the right side is put this on the side right here, sew and flip. Now we're going to sew from the middle to the lower left. For this right here is facing this way, and we need to make 2 that looks like that. You will have 2 over like this, and you will have 2 that looks like this. For this part, we are going to do the exact same thing. And notice I've not pressed because this is a smaller piece. I don't really want to stretch it out. So for this right-sided petal, we're going to make 3 that looks like this to make 1 flower, and I have them all right here. Now that we have all of this constructed, these are all the pieces we've been sewing from the beginning. This is our step number 1, step number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now that you've completed sewing all the components, okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is go on ahead and piece the flower first, and then we'll sew on the petal. I'm going to take this, press away from my seam. This is what this is looking like right now. I'm just going to flip this over. I'm going to make sure everything matches, and I'm going to sew. If you're a pinner, go ahead and pin. This is what my petal looks like. So now that that flower petal is complete, we're going to bring our petal. We're going to set it up. So this is what it's going to look like. What we're going to do right now is sew all of it in rows and press. Make sure that you maintain the same sewing allowance, like a 1/4 inch throughout this whole thing, because if you sew this one not correct and then you come over here and then you sew this one correct, when you go to connect this side to this and then to this, it is important to have an accurate 1/4 inch seam. Okay, I'm just going to sew the bottom on. My right side is all sewn. I finger press to the middle. What I am going to do is just kind of use my iron and just flatten it a little bit like that. What I'm going to do now is move over and sew the left side of the petal. I'm going to just come from here and then just do exactly what I just did. This is the right side of our petal. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and press. I'm going to bring this and I'm going to double check, triple check to make sure that I have not made any mistakes. This is what my petal's looking like right now. What I'm going to do is connect this one to this and then to this, and then we'll piece this top. Let me explain. So sometimes if you're sewing straight on a long piece of fabric and then you come back and then you sew from the exact same side on the same long piece of fabric, it tends to want to kind of curve. What I'm going to do here is put this and then come from the bottom side over here, place it this way, and then I'm going to sew. You might be worried about, well, what happened to my seam? Can they flip? I've ironed my seam flat, that I'm not worried about that. When I get to my seam, I'm paying attention. So that's why I'm comfortable doing it that way. This is just something that I do. It is a personal preference of mine. So that's why I'm kind of explaining to you. Maybe it'll help you in your sewing room. And I'm going to press. The last part for this block is to take our petal. So we're gonna put pretty sides together. I'm not pinning, but for sure you can pin. This is my block, all done. This is the one we just sewed together on video. You see how that turns out. It is so pretty. So I wanna just bring it closer a little bit. This is what it looks like. And we need to make a total of 4 that looks just like this for our first month. But because I have a little bit of fabric sent to me, I had to make an adjustment. This is a perfect example. When you have other manufacturer, like for example, This is Marcus fabric, everything here. The background was the strawberry cream that we had, and that wasn't enough, so I had to improvise. So what I ended up doing was going through my stash. I made all 4. This is all 4 right here, 2, 3, and 4. So I made these 4. If you count this, I made 5. Okay, this is such a fun sewing that you will whip this out in any time. I am going to explain to you what I did and how I improvised the fabrics. When I made this 4 other ones, I knew that I wasn't gonna have enough of this pink. I knew I was going to have enough of the green and the stem. I have this Bella salad within my stash. I have enough. So I knew I was going to use white. And then this pink right here was given to me by a friend. This is the new Wild Honey collection right here. If you look right there, I'm just crazy. I have all of my flowers facing the right direction on all 4 blocks, and I didn't have to rip out anything. I enjoy sewing this so much that I made 5, right? That was what I did. That was how I improvised, because this is a large quilt and the fabric that you saw at the beginning was not going to be enough. I don't work miracles, but you know. So it was not going to be enough. So I improvised, and that's what you can do in your sewing room, because a lot of time you get a pattern and then you're like, well, I don't have enough fabric, and you go and buy some. No, you can look within your sewing room and see what works and using your stash, and that saves you money, right? And that's a win for me. That's what I ended up doing. I hope this video have encouraged and inspire you to improvise when you have to or when you can, and use what you have, use your stash. That's what I ended up doing here. I improvise, and look. So this is our Lamb Farm design fabric, and this flower right here is what I use for my stash, and this is what they look like side by side. And here we are. So I am very impressed. I'm happy with how they both turned out. This is what we have right here, okay? That's all I have for you today. I hope this video have inspired and encouraged you to go outside of the block or outside of your box to make your quilt look beautiful. Until next time, I'd love to see you in my next video. Bye.